As winter settles in, a hush falls over the British countryside. The days grow shorter and the air is crisp with the promise of change. It's a time for reflection as the world outside slows down and we look ahead to what the next year might bring. The question arises, what will next summer bring? Will it be a season of warmth and sunshine, or will the clouds linger, bringing rain and uncertainty? Will it be a scorcher with relentless heat, or another washout with downpours and grey skies dominating the months ahead? The possibilities seem endless, and the stakes are higher than ever. The legendary summer of 1976 set the standard for heat waves, cracked earth, standpipes in the streets, and relentless sun that seemed to never set. It's a summer etched in memory, a benchmark for what extreme heat can look like in the UK. In contrast, 2021 was a season of rain, floods, and endless grey skies, a powerful reminder that British summers can swing to the other extreme, bringing challenges of their own. These two summers represent the dramatic possibilities ahead. They show us just how unpredictable and varied our weather can be, and how quickly fortunes can change from one year to the next. As 2025 ends, meteorologists are asking, will 2026 echo the heat of 76 or the chill and wet of 21? The science of forecasting is more important than ever, as experts analyze patterns and search for clues in the data. The answer matters for farmers whose livelihoods depend on the weather. A dry summer can mean parched crops, while too much rain can flood fields and ruin harvests. It matters for water supplies, for the wildlife that calls Britain home, and for all of us living in towns and cities, planning our lives around the seasons. Early signs are emerging, hinting at what's to come. Meteorologists are watching global patterns, searching for signals that might reveal the summer's secrets. Our climate is more volatile than ever, with hotter heat waves and wetter storms becoming the new normal. Each year brings new records, new challenges, and new lessons to learn. Understanding summer 2026 is about more than holidays. It's about preparing for real challenges. It's about making sure our homes, communities, and infrastructure are ready for whatever comes our way. We stand at a fork in the road with global weather patterns beginning their dance. The choices we make now and the preparations we put in place could shape the outcome of the months ahead. Let's revisit those memorable summers for clues about what lies ahead. By learning from the past, we can better face the future, whatever it may hold. The summer of 1976 is legendary in the UK, a relentless heat wave and severe drought. For weeks, temperatures soared above 32 degrees Celsius, turning lawns to straw and drying up reservoirs. A stubborn high-pressure system, or blocking high, anchored over the UK, deflecting rain and locking in the heat. The North Atlantic sea temperatures helped sustain this pattern, cutting off the usual Atlantic moisture. The impacts were dramatic. Water rationing, wildfires, and crop failures. Wildlife suffered as rivers ran low and fish struggled. The government even appointed a minister for drought. While many remember the sunshine fondly, it was a harsh environmental crisis. 1976 remains a powerful example of how persistent weather patterns can create extreme summers. If 1976 was the summer of sun, 2021 was the summer of rain. A persistent low-pressure system and a southerly jet stream brought storm after storm from the Atlantic. July saw double the average rainfall in some areas, with flash floods across the UK and Europe. The culprit? A La Niña event in the Pacific, which nudged the jet stream south and loaded the dice for a wet summer. North Atlantic sea temperatures reinforced the stormy pattern. 2021 was the mirror image of 1976, an open door for rain, not a wall against it. It's a reminder that cool, wet summers can be just as extreme as hot, dry ones. To predict summer 2026, we must understand the global forces shaping our weather. ENSO, the El Niño-La Niña cycle, can tilt the odds toward heat or rain. The North Atlantic Oscillation, NAO, influences the jet stream, steering weather systems. Spring snow cover in Siberia and Arctic sea ice can nudge the jet stream, favoring heat or rain. Even the sun's 11-year cycle plays a role. A solar maximum can subtly boost warmth. Each of these factors acts like a puppet master, pulling the strings of our summer. Their interplay determines whether we get a scorcher, a washout, or something in between. Let's see what clues they're offering for 2026. So, what are the early signals for summer 2026? Meteorologists and climate scientists are already piecing together a global puzzle, searching for patterns and hints that could shape the months ahead. By examining a range of atmospheric and oceanic indicators, they hope to provide us with the best possible outlook for the coming summer. The strong El Niño event that influenced recent weather has now faded away, and forecasts suggest we're heading into either a neutral phase or possibly a weak La Niña. These shifts in the Pacific Ocean's temperature patterns are crucial, as they can ripple across the globe, affecting rainfall, temperature, and even storm tracks. If a weak La Niña develops, it could slightly increase the odds of a cooler, wetter summer in some regions, especially across parts of northern Europe. However, if conditions remain neutral, the outcome becomes much harder to predict, leaving the door open for a wide range of possibilities. Meanwhile, the North Atlantic Ocean is running unusually warm this year. This is a key signal, as warmer waters can encourage high pressure to build over Europe, which often leads to prolonged spells of heat and dry weather. Another important factor is the spring snow cover in Siberia and the extent of Arctic sea ice. If we see rapid melting in these regions, it would further support the likelihood of a hot summer, as less snow and ice means more heat is absorbed by the land and sea. Adding to the mix, the sun is approaching a solar maximum, a peak in its natural cycle of activity. This can sometimes tip the balance toward warmer conditions, amplifying other climate signals. All these clues together paint a complex and dynamic picture. Yet, among them, the persistent warmth in the Atlantic stands out as the strongest and most consistent signal for the upcoming summer. Right now, the odds seem to be tilting toward a warmer, drier summer for much of Europe. But as always, weather is full of surprises, and nothing is set in stone just yet. The interplay of these global factors, ocean temperatures, snow cover, solar activity, and more, will ultimately decide which path the summer of 2026 takes. It's a fascinating dance of nature's forces. So, let's dive deeper and see what the latest seasonal forecasts are predicting for the months ahead. What do the long-range forecasts show for summer 2026? Most models lean toward a warmer-than-average summer, driven by the hot North Atlantic. This doesn't guarantee a heat wave, but it suggests more frequent and intense warm spells. Some models also predict above-average rainfall, hinting at a volatile mix of heat and storms. We could see hit-and-run heat waves broken by heavy downpours, a summer of contrasts. The models disagree, reflecting the uncertainty this far out. The final outcome depends on which global driver wins, the warm Atlantic or a possible La Niña. Right now, the balance tips toward warmth, but a washout remains possible. Forecasts will sharpen as we get closer, but for now, both scenarios are on the table. Let's explore what each would look like. First, imagine a return to a hot, dry summer like 1976, a season that's become legendary in British weather history. Back then, parks turned brown, rivers ran low, and the nation sweltered under relentless sun. Now picture that same intensity returning, but in today's warmer world. The warm Atlantic helps build a powerful blocking high over Europe, deflecting storms away from the UK and locking in weeks of unbroken sunshine. This weather pattern acts like a shield, keeping rain at bay and amplifying the heat. The jet stream shifts far to the north, leaving the UK trapped beneath a dome of hot, stagnant air. With little wind and no rain, the heat intensifies day after day, creating a true scorcher. We'd see extended dry spells with grass turning yellow, reservoirs shrinking and temperatures soaring well above normal. The risk of drought would rise sharply, affecting water supplies and agriculture. Heat waves could easily push into the high 30s Celsius with water shortages, hosepipe bans, and even wildfires threatening both countryside and city edges. Emergency services would be on high alert. This scenario becomes even more likely if La Niña remains weak and spring snow in the mountains melts away quickly, reducing the cooling effect and setting the stage for a hotter summer. With our climate now warmer than in 1976, we could see even higher temperature peaks, breaking records and making heat waves more intense and frequent. While many would welcome endless sunshine for holidays and outdoor fun, such extreme heat would test our resilience, especially for the elderly, farmers, and those living in cities where heat builds up fastest. The probability, forecasters now put it at 60–70% for a warmer than average summer, making a scorcher more likely than not. But as always, with British weather, there's still a chance for a very different outcome. So keep an eye on the skies. Now picture the opposite. Another cool, wet summer like 2021. A strong La Niña could push the jet stream south, steering rain and storms over the UK. Frequent downpours, grey skies, and below-average temperatures would dominate. Flooding would be the main concern, with saturated ground and rising rivers. This scenario is less likely, about a 30–40% chance, but not off the table. The wild card is the jet stream's behaviour, which can shift unpredictably. Even with a warm Atlantic, a persistent trough could lock in unsettled weather. Or we could see a hybrid warm, stormy spells with dramatic thunderstorms. The atmosphere's chaos means surprises are always possible. The true outcome may land somewhere between these extremes. The final piece of the puzzle is this winter's stratospheric polar vortex. A major disruption called sudden stratospheric warming could set up a hot, blocked summer. If the vortex stays strong, it favors a cooler, wetter pattern. Watch for news of SSW events this winter. They could tip the odds toward a scorcher. We'll also track La Niña's evolution and Atlantic sea temperatures. By spring, the forecast will sharpen as snow cover and ocean patterns become clear. For now, the early signs lean warm and dry, but nature loves surprises. The atmosphere is chaotic, and the story can still change. We'll update as new clues emerge. Which would you prefer? A golden scorcher or a lush, dramatic washout? Let us know.